approaching zero energy and striving for carbon neutral communities. And the exciting part about the message really today is that plastics provide these innovative solutions today, and it's not, rocket science and things in the future. Buildings use 70% of all of our electricity. 70%. So it's a huge number. And as Amory Lovins says from Rocky Mountain Institute, as long as oil's more than $19 a barrel, it makes sense to do energy efficiency improvements. And now our new Secretary Chu from the Department of Energy, he says, energy efficiency isn't the low-hanging fruit, it's like the fruit already on the ground. You just got to pick it up. But what I really wanted to strive today, especially since so much of the legislation that's going through Congress right now in the world around, Kyoto Phase 2, is this idea about carbon and carbon dioxide. And really, CO2 is becoming a proxy for energy. So what I wanted to do is kind of the smorgasbord or the menu on the buffet today of the different high-performance plastics products that you can see. And you mentioned the SIP or the SIPS panels, and so if you look in the upper right-hand corner there, you can actually see structural insulated panels there, the foam inside the oriented strand board, and whether it's used for walls, whether it's used for roofing. Traditional insulation board stock on the roofs of buildings. So there, once again, you see expandable polystyrene, polyurethane, and foam blocks. And these aren't high-tech solutions. These are ideas that the walls, the roof, the floor, the building envelope, or the building enclosure, seal it tight and ventilate right. So a couple of different other items. Great ways for insulation there in the lower left-hand corner, the spray polyurethane foam roofing, insulated concrete forms, ICFs as they're called in the industry. One of the interesting things here is they're hurricane resistant, they're tornado resistant, they're termite resistant. So here you have this great high performance wall where you stack up these foam blocks that you pour the concrete in, and it's essentially a reinforced concrete wall. So that's kind of a little suite, if you might say, of just different opportunities on the menu of high performance building and construction. But if you move over kind of to miscellaneous applications, sure, everybody really knows about the foam sealants and the caulks and the adhesives. But one of the things that people don't think about so often is the foundation stabilization. So there you actually see huge blocks of foam, in this case expandable polystyrene foam called geofoam, insulating under your concrete slabs so your tile floors aren't cold, things of that nature. In New Jersey, where we live, here in the Northeast, there's a lot of radon gas that comes up. So actually, the cracks that come in your slabs, these kind of insulation technologies actually prohibit that gas from being able to come in and cause other problems. So there's some great health benefits. Certainly, we all know about the electrical switches, the electrical insulation around our wires and things. But one of the things people don't think about are insulated doors. And here I'm showing a garage door that's insulated, but not only is it your entry doors in and out, but even the idea of having clean, free surfaces on the outside, or also pigmented surfaces that are able to reflect the heat and not absorb the heat and allow it to come in. One of the things I just wanted to show in these next 3 slides are some ideas around contributing technologies of plastics. So we mentioned PEX tubing, the cross-linked polyethylene tubing. In the United States, about 12% globally of all of our energy goes to pump water. And one of the things that we found is that the fouling and the corrosion of minerals in water is much less when it's on a plastic surface versus on a metal surface. So the nice smooth surfaces, over the years you're actually going to use less water to pump through the cross-linked polyethylene tubing. Concrete flooring support systems. So this is actually the idea of using large planks of expandable polystyrene to span the surface of the walls, and then you come on top of that and you pour concrete surfaces. Certainly it's a sound improvement, but more importantly it allows us to add mass to our homes. Radiant floor heating systems. So here you're actually able to have the cross-linked polyethylene tubing, serpentine on the floor, then you pour over the concrete surfaces, and you don't really have to worry about, well, if that tube were to break, because it's encapsulated in water impervious concrete. So another benefit as well. Kind of the last slide here is looking at the windows. Certainly Energy Star plastic windows, low maintenance surfaces. Utilizing plastic systems, once you're insulating the building envelope really well, then you have the opportunity like we're showing here with solar hot water heating systems. And then lastly, showing here the solar laminates. So instead of having a huge, big, bulky item that you would put on the top of your roof, you can actually have the rubber mat, and they're actually laminated to the roof surface, so you don't even see that they're there. So anyway, that was just kind of a little photo version of some of the items that are being utilized today to really help lower the building demand of energy for our homes. So anyway, thank you very much, and we'll pass it on to Brett.